to the first Locost race of the weekend around the Silverstone International Circuit. First and a couple of Locosts have been round in away from Morgan Max leads. Initially it was quite a good start, the car slows as they head down towards Abbey and he's been swallowed up by the whole field as they turn into Abbey for the first time. It was Richard Jenkins and Lee Bankhurst who started the barrel of contact there. That's the 97 car that goes round in a spin. That's Ken Shepherd at the wheel. Matt Lees, I think he's going to be pulling off into retirement here, unfortunately. On board looking out, go with Timmy Penstone Smith as they turn their way through the right hand of the village then get over the brow here at the link as they turn left and then they find themselves out at Beckett's and Chapel from the Grand Prix loop. They don't really go round those corners though. He's in behind Ryan Munt there as they head down the canter straight down towards Stoke Corner then towards the end of the lap here around the Silverstone circuit, and it's Bankhurst just got the better of Richard Jenkins. The two of them have got a bit of a gap, and now look, Alistair Garrett here in the championship leader in the middle of the two cars. It's Richard Bradley goes 5th to 3rd into the Vale. A great move there from Bradley, and it's Tim Neat who's lost out. He was 3rd home in hour Stoke. He's down to 5th, and look at this, a huge long queue of Locost. Fantastic sight there. 43 cars or so started the race. 42 or 43, fantastic stuff from the Locost Championship here at Silverstone. So many drivers entering this races this season. They all made their way through Club Corner then to complete the first lap of the 13 minutes plus 1 lap break. And go forward to Jack Corney then as he gets sideways through the exit of Abbey. There's such a fast corner then. Through the left hander, the long left hander of fast corner, then onto the brakes for Villager down a gear. Then this car trying to break away all the time. Then through the link they go over that brow and then they go downhill. And then back onto the hanger straight and down towards Stowe Corner. Turning into Stowe now then will be the race leaders. Will it be Jenkins or Bankhurst? It's Jenkins, so two of them still got that gap to Alistair Garrett. Then it's Tim Neat in 4th, 5th for Richard Bradley in 6th, Dave Boucher. So onto the brakes, Jenkins then leads. He's 2nd in the championship. He's going to be trying to close in on Alistair Garrett. He had a retirement last time out at Pembrey, so he's going to be trying to close in that gap. Somebody looking up there. Who was that? Between 98, I think. Rob Apsley, I reckon that would look it up side by side. Mark Robert involved there. They're going to try and go pretty wide. That's not going to work. So the 69 guy right round the outside. That's Gregory Zip, and he's going to get it done right round the outside at Club Corner. And he gets it done round the outside of Mark Robert. And on board for your race leader, that's Lee Bankhurst. He's ahead of Richard Jenkins, and now down the hanger straight. The slipstreaming, a vital part of Locost racing. So now it's Richard Jenkins just in the rearview mirror there. He pulls out up on the inside, down towards Stowe Corner. Can Richard Jenkins do it? Yes. Championship contender there. Jenkins is going to get the lead back. Lee Bankhurst not far behind either. A good weekend here at Silverstone could well put him back into the championship hunt. So out to Stowe, down towards the Vale they come again. Bankhurst looking to the inside as Jenkins defends the inside line. Alistair Garrett closes him in, the championship leader in the Pro Motorsport car, bringing himself back into the battle for the lead. Richard Bradley up on the inside to get 4th position. Back off Tim Neat and Danny Andrew. He was one of the championship contenders early in the season. So DNF to really put him out of that, and it looks like another DNF as he pulls the car into the pit lane. Another good battle here. That's Tim Penstone Smith at the front of it. Jack Conaby in there as well. Is that James McAllister? I see too. Now let's get a replay. There's actually his bad start. So on board with Jack Conaby. And on the inside there's Ryan Munt. And contact near the front. That's Paul Bryant who goes for a spin. I couldn't quite tell who it was who tapped him into that. Back to the action then, the top 3. That big gap back to Richard Bradley. It's Jenkins, Bankhurst and Garrett, your top 3. Now here comes Tim Neat. novice driver this season. He's done a good job, has Tim Lee, and he goes up to 4th position. No, has he? No, because Bradley goes right. He stays right round the outside of it to stay in that 4th place. Here is Sean Brame and Ryan Munn. Ryan Munn again is still racing at Snefton, the driver from the Isle of Wight. He's going really, really well to be running well within the top 10 at this early stage in his racing career. But back on board with Lee Bankhurst is down in 2nd position. It's Richard Jenkins at lead. Alistair Gowrie can just make out that in the rear view mirror. They turn to the right hander and finish then through this link section on the surface. Breaks away the national circuit, which we usually use the 750 Motor Club. See all 4 wheels over the white line from both cars there. We're hearing this weekend that the rule is going to be more carefully policed in the UK next season. It'll be interesting to see how that comes out. Silverstone, one of the main circuits where drivers do use 4 wheels over the white line. Round the outside into Stowe Corner then comes Lee Bankhurst to grab the lead back again from Richard Jenkins. Great ding-dong battle between the two of them. Alistair Garrett wants to get involved now. Jenkins, is he defending or is he attacking? It's hard to tell now. Alistair Garrett trying to follow Lee Bankhurst around the outside line here. So it's almost side by side between the 2 champion contenders, but not quite. These 2 have had plenty of races this year, but Jenkins and Garrett, the Murray part, they seem to miss each other with the group races, but certainly since then, Castle Coombe had a good race together live on television. And side by side further back, that is the 57 car. It's Anthony May on the inside line. Around the outside there, Rob Apsey. And the lock up there, that's Mark Robert. He's been coached by ex-Locost race winner Alex von Erheim this weekend. He's sitting there just behind the 33 car. And we can go then with Lee Bankhurst. 33 by the way, that's Glenn Boyer. Down the Hanger straight, once again Jenkins leads once again. 2 real slipstreams down the start line, and then down here, down the Hanger straight, and here comes Bankhurst again. Round the outside, due to that extra speed. Is he going to get it done before the corner? Yes he is. He's just in the review mirror there that Jenkins pulled back underneath Bankhurst there. About halfway through this one now. And look at this, the three of them tied together. 14 Bankhurst, 8 Jenkins, 3 Garrett. Again, Alistair Garrett's running around the outside of Jenkins into the Vale. Can't quite do that. And now Jenkins slow on the first part of Club. That's allowed Alistair Garrett to have a look up on the inside for the second part. Jenkins just about in front though. Bradley leads neat and Boucher in the round of a 4th, 5th and 6th. But a moment there for Sean Brame, and over the top of him there goes Ian Alley, quite dramatic there, as the car up on 2 wheels. He rode over the front of Sean Brame's car, come down with a bang. I'm sure that broke the suspension or something there. I'm sure Ian Alley that won't be able to continue in this one. He'll be joining a list of retirements which includes Danny Andrew, Colin Marshall, Sean Stafford Atkinson, Steve Wells and Matt Lees. In a replay of it then, just couldn't avoid Sean Brame's car, who'd spun and then come back across the circuit in front of him. Unfortunate scenes there down at the Vale last time by. Back to the action now then. Jenkins versus Garrett then. This is the 2 championship contenders. Jenkins trying to close points back in on Garrett. He's in front of him at the moment. These 2 start scrapping, and Lee Bankhurst starts to break away. It's so hard to do that with the dramatic toe you get in Locost racing. It's Tim Lee back in 4th ahead of that man Richard Bradley, and then Dave Boucher who's just behind him. Let's look further back. 2 cars running side by side. Is that Tim Penton Smith involved again? Yes it is. And Jack Coveney. Oh, it's Sean Brame there. Has he got a puncher possibly? Yes, I think he may well do. And James McAllister just going around the outside there. I think a puncher for the 10 car of Sean Brame. After contact last time by side into the Vale there. See so much battling in Locost. Oh, car spinning into the gravel there. Spins back out the other side. That's Gregory Smith. He'll be able to rejoin. Everyone managed to miss him, even though the car spun right on the apex at the first club corner. Timothy heads to slip over the inside of Jack Comedy. This is a great battle between the two cars then. So turn for the left hand and then over the brow here, and then they go down the hill. It really doesn't look as dramatic on these onboard cameras as it actually is as they go downhill then and rejoin the circuit of the Hangar Straight. Now Jenkins, we thought battling with Garrett. No, he's pulled away from Garrett. He's putting Lee Bankhurst under pressure now then. Only a few laps left in this one. Neat up to 4. It's Boucher going to come up to 5th. He's got the inside line to Richard Bradley, but Bradley so much later on the brakes. He goes around the outside then, so back into 5th position. He's done that plenty of times in this race. And that's Ryan Munt in 8th. In 7th, sorry. And Paul Bryant in 8th. That's a good recovery after that contact on turn 1 the first lap. Here's a battle then between Connery and Penstone Smith. Also in there, the 74 car of Gary Brandon. James Millman leads this one. There's Dave Berry behind him. I think James McAllister was the 3rd car in that. James Millman, next jockey, ahead of Dave Berry. James Millman had a go at Formula V last season as well, returning to low cost this season. Mark Roberts had a moment there. He's going to rejoin though with not too many problems. He's in something like 17th position. And here is Sean Bray limping back to the pit lane with his puncture then. And Jason Gibbons is somebody else off the top. We're still going to get 35 finishers if nobody else retires. Fantastic thing from the Locost Championship. So many cars to the end. Penultimate lap of the race now then. Soon be going on to the last lap. Lee Bankhurst in 2nd. It's Richard Jenkins in front. There's a back marker between them and Alistair Garrett. So it looks like it's between these two. It's Jenkins who's going to lead on to the final lap. Is that a good sign or not? Lee Bankhurst sitting right behind him. Maybe using the slipstream and finding a way past. Isn't too difficult, but if you be repassed, that's the question. Bradley and Boucher still battling it out there for 5th position. I think Tim Neat actually started to break away from them. He's in 4th. 7th, like we said last time, Ryan Munn. 8th is Paul Bryant. 9th, we think, is Robert Fitter and 10th, Anthony May. That's the 74 car of battling with Jack Connerby of Gary Brandon has got ahead of him. On board with Lee Bankhurst down into finish and for the final time. You see, didn't use the main straight to pass Jenkins. This is all tactical because he knows every time when he's been behind going onto that Hangar Straight, he has got past Richard Jenkins. So let's see what happens this time. They turn through the right hand, right back onto the Hangar Straight. Richard Jenkins uses lots of the extra road. He ended up at Chapel Corner there, so that's allowed him to have a good run onto the straight. But now here comes the slipstream with Lee Bankhurst underneath the bridge. They go then down towards Stoke Corner for the last time. Richard Jenkins goes very defensive. He's further ahead than he normally is at this point. And now so let's go side by side. But Jenkins still just about eking in front as they head into Stoke Corner. He's staying in front. So Richard Jenkins leads. Usually nobody finds a way past down at Vale Corner. But Jenkins runs out wide. Bankhurst now coming around the outside for Vale. They are side by side, the two cars. It's Bankhurst on the outside, which actually seems to be the better position for a lot of drivers this weekend. And it's round the outside, the two cars almost make contact, but Lee Bankhurst takes the lead then. So Lee Bankhurst leads ahead through the club corner for the final time. Lee Bankhurst is going to win his 2nd race of the season. He won back at Mullery Park. He's going to now win here at Silverstone round the international circuit. It's the first ever Locost race round here. 2nd to Richard Jenkins and 3rd to Alistair Garrett. Tim Neat's going to take 4th. 5th, Dave Boucher got ahead of Richard Bradley. 7th is Ryan Munt. In 8th, Paul Bryant. 9th, Rob Fitter. 10th, Anthony May. This is a battle for 11th. Rob actually leads it from Tim Penstone Smith. Jack Coveney is in 13th, and Gary Brandon in 14th. James Millman and Dave Berry still back for 15th and 16th. Glenn Boyer and Mark Roberts battling for 17th. But here comes on the inside line, and through goes Mark Robert. A good move at the final corner. Barry Stewart's 19th, 20th Trevor Ford, but that's James McAllister with smoke blooming out of his low cost there. I think he might just about bring it home, but problems there for McAllister. He was in 22nd behind Kevin Wernham. 23rd Alistair Ecclesfield and Adam Parsonage, and David Jones ran top 25.